Okay, so I wanted to talk about the Great Lock-in. And this is pretty much where from September to December, people are making it a point to lock in on their goals. And I am participating because I love a good challenge and I love to lock in on my goals, y'all. When I tell you every month, I be like, I'm focusing on myself and I'm locking in on my goals and blah, 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 blah. So I love this type of stuff. And I just wanted to spread the word with my subscribers, with my YouTube family, that we are locking in from September to December. Now, I think it's very important that we get clear on what our goals are. Like, of course, you need to get clear on what you're locking in on. So you definitely need to take a pen and a paper and you need to just write down what your goals are. What are those things where you want to see results, where you want to see change? Do you want to implement a new schedule? Do you want to implement a new habit? Do you want to, where do you want to see results in? Write this down and then you take it step by step, little by little. You challenge yourself to meet your goals every day, but be realistic. Like, change doesn't happen overnight. But one thing that I seen, because I've been watching people's takes on the Great Lock-in, and one thing that this girl said, and I forgot who said it, I forgot her name, or I would add her, but she said that one thing we're gonna do is, if you miss a day, cool, but you can't miss a second day. So if you miss a day, let's say you're gonna do 10K steps every day, but you missed a day. You can't miss 2 days in a row. We're not doing 2 days in a row. You can't miss 2 days in a row. If you miss a day, you gotta get right back in there that next day. And I think that's such a great rule to go by, because a lot of the times when we set out to reach a new goal and we fall off one day, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, we fell off, and then we feel like we can't just hop back on the bandwagon. We can't just hop back on. But it's so important for longevity purposes that you just hop right back on. That's something that I'm going to go by. If I miss one day, okay, but that next day, I gotta get in line. So I wanna go over what my September goals are. And for me, guys, I write out my monthly goals. Like, every month, I write out what I wanna focus on for the month, because that just helps me. But these September goals are gonna apply to my Great Lock-in. Because these are things that I wanna do for the rest of the year. So I wanna get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep a night. And ideally, I would like to sleep from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, that is actually 8 hours of sleep, because obviously I want 8 hours of sleep, but I realize, like, I do not get 8 hours of sleep at the moment, and I don't go to bed at 10 p.m. normally. So I'm giving myself wiggle room and I'm giving myself grace. But my minimum that I want is 7 hours of sleep at night, and the ideal time frame is 10 to 6 a.m. I want to exercise 3 to 5 times a week. And I put 3 to 5 because I really want it to be 5 times a week, but I'm gonna work my way up there. So my minimum is gonna be 3 times a week, and hopefully I can do that consistently and work my way up to 5 times a week. I want to eat whole, healthy food, so I don't want to be eating a lot of processed foods. I don't want to be eating a lot of fast foods and eating out. And if I do eat out, I still want it to be whole, healthy food. I want to track my calories and what I eat. I'm going to use MyFitnessPal. I want to follow my planned daily schedule. So I made an ideal daily schedule for myself, guys, and I really want to follow that schedule. So I'm going to try my hardest to follow that schedule. I want to upload 1 to 2 videos on YouTube per week. 1 to 2, because 1 is my minimum, 2 is my ultimate goal. So I'm going to work at it. I want to meditate 15 to 30 minutes every day. I want to take walks in the AM and in the PM or take walks at lunch and then a walk at dinner. Either way, I want to take 2 walks a day because I work from home. I work remotely, so that's going to help me get out the house, get fresh air, and get my steps in. I said I want to get 8K steps a day. That's going to be my hardest goal because I don't track my steps. I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't take walks. So I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that, but I do want to get more steps in daily because it'll be great for my mental health and for my physical activity. I want to journal weekly, scroll for 1 hour a day max, and I want to read 1 book for the month of September, and I want to read 10 to 15 minutes before bed. So hopefully I'll read 1 book every month up until December. For September, October, November, December, so 4 books total, and I want to read at night, and hopefully it'll increase as I start reading 10 minutes before bed, and then I'll read 15 minutes, and then hopefully it'll just increase, you know, and I'll really increase my time that I'm able to sit there and read. But guys, those are my goals. Comment down below what your goals are for the September lock-in. I'm so excited, I'm pumped, and I love that it's the Great Lock-in because that means that it's people all across the nation who are just ready to lock in on their goals, and we're kind of doing this together. It's like a group effort. I love it. So let me know what you guys think about the Great Lock-in. Let me know what your goals are. What are you locking in on? What other like rules are you going by? Like, I know, you know, I mentioned the can't miss more than 2 days. Are there any other rules that you guys are going by for your Great Lock-in? So yes, let me know, but I definitely wanted to discuss this because on my channel, we talk about being the best version of yourself and how to be better and how to be disciplined and how to reach our goals. So I thought this was perfect to discuss on my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what are your Great Lock-in goals. Bye.